over the winter, mice and birds, pack rats, who knows what, will fill this thing with dirt. And I mean, it's long, it's a quarter mile. With a lot of dirt in there, and it'll plug up the sprinklers. So the first time you turn it on, you got to wash that out. It's kind of hard to get it to do it, but it's looking clear now. Now if I can get the plug in without getting too wet, that's always a trick. Needs to seal better than that. Hopefully that gasket will expand and allow that to do that. Let me get wet here. Sometimes it does it real easy and quick, sometimes it doesn't. There we go, it's sealed up now. A lot of the people around here flood irrigate, and what they're doing there is it's just a ditch and they put a dam of some sort in it, back the water up till it floods the field. And that's kind of a nice thing because you don't have the motor to worry about, you don't have to worry of the pipes bending and breaking and all the expense. But there's an art to that too. I've never really got the hang of that. High spots and stuff don't get wet. With the pipe, anything under the pipe you know is going to get wet unless the sprinklers are plugged. And if they are, you got to get them unplugged, otherwise you're not doing yourself any good. So, when you do that is a little piece of wire here, like this. This is just a chunk I cut off of the fence. If you see a guy with a chunk of wire like that stuck in their hat, you know they're irrigating with pipes. Now, sometimes they unplug real easy, sometimes they don't. It's usually a small rock or a piece of moss or some dead animal part, dead mouse or something, snake. Yeah, it's in there. And you just take and you poke that wire in there. There we go. That one worked easy. Sometimes they don't, you gotta do it several times, but it's spraying good now. these prop sticks like that, probably don't need them on this flat ground here. Some of the ranches I've worked, these wheel lines are on a hill, and if the wind blows when they're full of water, these will roll and it twists them up and breaks the pipes. So I always put them in anyway. I don't know, down here I probably don't need to worry about it, but I'd rather not have them broken. Gonna get wet here. Yep. Hay string sticks like this, big piles of manure. Those will all plug up your swather teeth when you're trying to cut and bale the hay. So all this stuff needs to be picked up. Big rocks and things, they'll break parts, break teeth, and break your equipment. So as I'm irrigating, I pick up all this stuff. This is all stuff that they use to tie Fred's horse sale panels together with. I gotta get the tractor out and knock down some of these big piles of wood chips and manure and get this smoothed up again so the grass can go through it. If you look at this, these big squares, you can sure tell where the panels were. That was hay before. It might grow back by baling time, it might not, but we're losing hayfield or hay doing this, but what do you do? It's one of the events that the fairgrounds has. So you just gotta deal with it. What's bad is when people come out here and they build fire rings and build campfires with nails in them and stuff, and I gotta clean up all that too, because that's definitely bad. If a horse or cow swallows a nail, it'll kill them. Might take a while. But anyway, like that rock right there, throw that off to the edge of the field someplace. Anyway, there's a lot to this, a lot more than people realize. It's quite a bit. That stuff shouldn't be in the field. They cut the panels loose and just let it drop, which, I don't know, it's frustrating. Those guys have a lot to do, but they really kind of need to pay attention a little bit and pick it up. They figure I'll do it, and I do. This field, for all the rain and snow we've had, it's awfully dry. You get underneath here and it's pretty dusty. And they cut and bale this for the rodeo horses during the fair. It's also used for some parking, and in the wintertime I can put my horses and mules out here, but they all died, so all I'm down to now is 2 burros, which I'm not going to need all this unless they get more, and I don't think we will. You never know, we might. I miss them already. One very important part of this that I keep forgetting to do is hand stop auto. You gotta remember when you're all done to flip that to auto, because that way if the pressure drops, the water, if the pump quits running for some reason, or well, not the pump quits running, if the water drops too low and there's no water in the pump for whatever reason, it'll burn it up. So, very important to do that. I kind of forget sometimes, and then I gotta come back later, which really ain't good. So there's the wire in the hat. So anyway, those of you that have already done this are probably bored out of your mind not watching anymore, but the rest of you, I hope you found it interesting. It's just one of the many things that you have to do doing ranch work. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.